let me begin by saying that my director and his team, they left the studio, they did 6,000 steps. Because they've been sitting there for almost 2 hours. But I get another person that has come, perhaps spent some 2,000 or 3,000 steps to get in here. Right now is our artist of the week, who is an embodiment of talent. He's proudly Abian, been in professional comedy in 2003, and has been part of Laugh Matters, Stand Up Nigeria, campus tours and concerts, and he's been a host of a good number of events and all of that. He's a music instructor, pianist. Please welcome Ojemba1.
Woo! Yes, boss. Yes, boss.
Eric Wankwa Chinedu, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, boss. Nkwayo, how are you?
Nkwayo, Auntie Alero guy.
Auntie Alero. You know, when you're made, you're made. When you're big, you're big. So it's such a great honor sharing same platform with my people. We've come a long way. Me and them, we don't take.
Yeah?
Nkwayo, last time I was with him, we were together in London. Yeah, Osaka, London. We're together just to run.
Now you know he's a comedian.
I was wondering what I was doing on a comedian stage in London.
Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
You started in 2003.
Yeah,
You're a graduate from MassCom.
Yeah.
From LASU, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Why comedy? Why not mass communication?
Okay, I've always had that, talent of communication in me for years, and instead of, having somewhere to just, work, I just feel it's nice. I just look for a platform where I can just explore, with several exhibitions of my talent, just to make people, celebrate the grace I have, and that's just how it has been with me, my brand, and that's just how it is.
2003. Okay, go ahead.
You studied MassCom.
Yes, ma'am.
You became a comedian, and then you are a music instructor.
Okay.
Please connect the dots for me. I'm on no road.
No fear.
Thank you.
I know we'll carry you go where you don't know.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
When I was growing up, those talents were just coming out, and I said to myself, okay, how do I help each of this hustle, this talent in me, and
everything
hustle.
I said to myself, guy, how do you carry this embodiment along in your, years, in your ministry, and so I just had this feeling, okay, why don't you just carry this one along, carry this along, carry this along, so
put all of them in one
at least
pouch.
in one body, and the church, to the glory of God, I was privileged to play in one of an amazing church. Big shout out to First Assembly, my pastor, Pastor Steve, and Pastor Araba Akone. Another wonderful churches that really helped my brand in the music. I played the keyboard. So,
how did you learn how to play the keyboard? Who taught you how to play the keyboard?
All right. I didn't go to school for it.
To learn?
No, I didn't. I used to have one bros then, he's a pastor now, Pastor Mike, just stand beside him. And then, at our family church, those small churches that if one member no come, the pastor go no. There's this small keyboard. After service, I used to carry the keyboard home. Drums, we take it to our house. And so very early on Sunday, we'll be in church to arrange and everything. So from the Yoruba say, "Iple couple." From Iple couple, I started developing interest in it, and I had to just, start mingling with my top, seniors in the industry that plays keyboard. Respect to Pastor Mike. So
I assume that you speak Yoruba.
Yeah, I was
Because
born.
he play couple.
He play couple. I
That's
was
one
born
now.
bread and butter.
Deep
yeah.
Yoruba.
Very deep. So that's how it is. You know, the only thing I learned about the keyboard is to know the rudiment, the tonic surface, knowing the keys and everything. And today, at least by God's grace, I'm using to feed myself, my family, and pay school.
And it made you even scratch your face.
Just
So how did comedy come into the mix?
Okay, it's a passion. Okay, I'm from an hilarious family where whenever we are together, you know, this one just brings something, bring up an idea. My father brings up an idea. My siblings, my mom.
Give us an example of such a scenario.
You know, okay, apologies to my dad. My dad, you know, my dad snores a lot. He snores,
Okay.
and whenever he snores like this,
Where is he? Is it possible that he's watching you now?
I definitely, my siblings
I watch it.
are watching. I know they would have tuned to, you know. You know, every morning like this, there's a level of snoring that my father gets to that we just will keep on for mind. That when it's daybreak, the moment someone just look at me, one of my siblings just look, sorry, I can't do that here. But the level of snoring, I'm going to say, My mother is so used to that system to a point. Every morning, my mama will just come to our room and say, your father at it again. So each time my father tries to look for trouble, we just use that to get him. All of us, we just laugh at him, and, you know, then, you know, one or two jokes from it, all of us will just laugh. And so it goes on like that. Secondary school days, you know, my friends, I used to yab them, do some yabbies games. I used to win some competitions then. I used to anchor some of our little birthdays, all those birthdays that they do in, those way they do for backyard and outside. You know, those birthdays that used to have what we call devil's baskets. You know, many of us remember. Big shout out to one of the best schools in Lagos, Somori Comprehensive High School. You know, as I must hype this school because this school really brought out that, you know, talent.
Where?
Somori Comprehensive High School.
Where?
It's in Ifako, College Road, Ogba. You know, so all those, you know, hustles, crack jokes, people will laugh. You know, it goes on like that until after secondary school. You know, I joined a drama department. I was in the comic department in the drama team then. Just, you know, give us a drama to play. I'll just bring up the humor part of it. People will laugh. Then, before you know it, you know, the vibes start coming up of being a stand-up comedian because I started as a comic actor. Which
this was before university?
Yes. That was quite a long time. So
wow.
That was just how it is today. You know, I started as a comic actor, which we all know as a skit, whatever now, you know, and it has been an amazing you know, journey.
So you started professionally in 2003, you said?
Professional in 2005, to be precise,
okay.
yes. After joining my boss, Benga Dinka, the GCON, big shout out to you, boss. You know, we got introduced to him on Laugh Matters. You know, we used to do the comic section called Short and Sharp, which we all know as skits. Just some little time of skits, just do something, and that was how the hustle started. And I followed him.
Why not they call them hustle?
Hustle, okay. You know, that just our own way of understanding ourselves. You know, hustle.
I hope you people know the meaning of that word. Now, how has it been for you, you know, stand-up comedy? There are different strokes for different folks. Various people have different stories to tell about it. Yeah. What's been your story?
Okay, the story has been amazing though. Although when we started, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, you know, being given the opportunity to be heard, you know, and but still the vibe to continue the hustle was, and then there wasn't anything like social media, which many of us are enjoying today. You know, I wish we held on to our skits very well then during the Laugh Matters section when we used to, you know, by now, skits for just skits for the chop now. But it's been an amazing journey though. It's been an amazing journey.
How well received was that with you when you told family?
They've always known me to be the entertainer among us. Okay, my father, my mother, you know, they know sure that this guy must say something that will make them laugh, and it has always been that. Just create something, just create a scene, and
don't worry, it's not me.
It goes on like that, and that's just how it is.
Yeah.
And it's been worth it.
It's been worth it. The hustle has been worth it. You know, many have been discouraged about it. You know, it's not been easy though.
What do you mean it's not been easy though?
You know, many of our colleagues, some are, you know, are easily discouraged about the fact that they are not heard about, you know, they are not heard, let me just put it that way. Some try to look for the talent, the platform to showcase it. They don't get it, and they tend to just dive into other hustles, other ministry, let me put it that way. Cannot be top man. So that's just how it is. You know, but it's been an amazing journey.
But there are loads and loads of comedians in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Were you not discouraged by the huge number? And, you know, some other person would sit down in one corner and say, what jokes am I going to tell that haven't been told? There's so many of us. Why would any corporate body, for instance, or why would any event decide to use me?
Okay, big shout out to the king of comedy, Ali Baba. There's one event where all together, comedians, and Ali came out and made one very important point that I'll never forget. He said one thing he loved about this our industry is that even if you are new or you're old, as far as you're good, you will get your clients. And that alone has been my strong weapon. Big shout out to all the colleagues in the industry, at least in as much as we're all doing well. I tend to celebrate them in their own areas. But no matter how, there's always room for every client to call you. That has been a strong encouragement to me, at least. For 2003, I've been in this hustle. I know many, my face may not be on people's, platforms there, but come on. That vibe, that hustle, that passion, has kept many of us going. And that's one thing that still, keep the vibe.
I need to say something to you.
Yeah.
Almost every comedian who has come here has given a big shout out to Ali Baba. He did not feel threatened by anybody. He mentored a huge number of you. That is not, it's not really normal, is it? He didn't see you all as competition. You want to do, oh yeah, come, I go teach you. I go teach you. I go guide you. Everybody came on board. And today you all look at him as the grandfather of comedy, and you all pay your respects to him.
If not for the way he nurtured many of us, till today, many of us will not come out to say, I'm a proud comedian, I'm a proud MC, I do this for a living. I call him the ancestor. I call him the ancestor of comedy. He's not just a father, he's a great-grandfather, because he's been able to nurture so many people that nurtured people, and that industry, it has made the industry so wide, interesting, accommodating. Although this period now work.
This Christmas season, have you?
It's not just about the event you get, but the work you put into the hustle.
That's
the ministry.
That's the next question that I was going to ask you.
The work, because it's not just about bringing in more colleagues joining the industry. The work now is deep.
Now, if it's a musician,
you
can sing the same song in every concert.
I was saying to some of my colleagues, we have a comedian platform. Big shout out to the CFR movement. Big shout out to each and every one of us. Every Friday there's something we always do. We always, test our abilities. Okay, we do what we call Freestyle Friday. The topic will be dropped on the platform. We just start creating jokes on it. And a colleague, brought up a topic about. I'm coming to this question you asked, about repeating jokes. Now, sir, I will ask you, sir. If fuel scarcity would come every year, who are we not to repeat our jokes every year? Who are we not to repeat our jokes? It's not, there's no way we can stop.
But we don't want fuel scarcity every year.
Sir, check on now.
We don't want fuel scarcity every year.
So until that area stop,
So once
comedian
it stops, no more repetition.
no more repetition of jokes. And come on, if the likes of the two Babas will repeat jokes for over, I mean, his songs every year.
Not forget, say, Dangote refinery will soon start.
No, the reason can't do IT with the man self.
So when you talk about the work, for those who, because there are those who just say, the comedian says, or rather the MC says, who is also a comedian, says he's charging 500,000 naira, and the guy, the event person will be like, for just holding the mic, for. So perhaps there isn't, or rather, let me ask you, do you think there is enough appreciation or value placed on the creativity put into your work by your clients or by people who potentially want to engage you guys?
I would say it hasn't been encouraging the way we expect, because many of these, at least for the fact that the king Alibaba has paved this way for many of us, at least all of us go to school. We're not there's this people they used to call us, call us then, we will wear some kind of cloth just because they want to perform. We dress very well now to anchor events. We work, we do some homework. Research. And at the end of the day, you charge us less. How do you want us to feel, or how do you want us to work? This is an area where, by the special grace of God, this our area of industry will be a course in the university. Stand-up comedy will be a course, like a course, Course
of study.
Yeah, course of study.
Yeah.
Because this area, people are working, people are, doing some mad research, creating jokes, writing content, scripts on each, shout out to all the skit makers doing well, at least enjoying that area of their craft, people are working. So each time I hear people charge us less, I just feel, is it that you don't know about us or you don't make research about some of our craft? Because now, at least, if the likes of the kings are making huge amounts, how come we? Because we're learning from these people.
Don't worry.
We learn from them.
As some of them will say, your time will come.
Your time will come.
Your time, definitely.
Well,
definitely.
I really would love for us to take, a song before we close this morning. So we have to thank you very much for being a part of this program this morning, Eric Ojemba1.
Kwayo, thank you for having me.
Meanwhile, where did that name Ojemba come from?
Ojemba came from a drama character I played while in secondary school, Summary Comprehensive High School. It was a stage play, and we're looking for a name to give to ourselves, each person. And one of my guy, Kabuchi, is in US now. Just a guy, Ojemba.
And that's it.
And that's it. And after playing that role, and that's just.
Thank you so much for being a part of our program today.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate your time.
Eric Chinedu Wankwo,
AKA
Ojemba1.
That's it.
Thank you very much for coming on Sunrise today. And that's our package for today. We bring you a fresh one next week, he being our strength. I wish you a happy week and see you next week. My name is Alero Edu.
And don't forget, DSS is coming. Not that DSS, DSS.
In 2 weeks.
Yes, in 2 weeks. More on that next week. I'm Ayo Makinde. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.